Hello everyone, today I thought I would make a video of a plant that I've got growing inside my house. Usually my videos show what I've got growing outside, but today I thought I would show my Heliamphora Heterodoxa cross minor that I've got growing in a terrarium inside. I've got another Acmea Sueños bromeliad here. And over here, this is actually some weeds that came up. I just trimmed that one a little bit, but back there, there's another bromeliad. Little Bit is its name. And I've got some air plants, which I don't know how well they're doing down there in that moss. The moss does get fairly wet, but you can see the Heliamphora is in flower, so this is really cool. I just got this plant earlier this year, and that trap right back there was the original trap on the plant. It had about 2 traps. Everything else is new. Some of these are fairly large. I did have the light a bit further up, and since then I've moved it down, and you can see the 2 newest traps here in the middle. They're smaller, but their cups are redder, and they've got that nice red going down the center of the plant. This is my first Heliamphora that I've actually grown, and I put some sphagnum moss on top of the peat moss that they were growing in, and it's really taken off inside here. I've got a little temperature gauge and a humidity gauge. You can see the temperature is just a little bit over 70 degrees. And the humidity is just a bit under 70%. I was really concerned with ventilation, and I had a fan set up on top of the terrarium that would blow air underneath the light and into the terrarium for air movement, but I found so far that hasn't really been too necessary. As long as, this is a open top, it still gets pretty good air circulation inside there, even though it is enclosed. The glass, this is just like a small, basically aquarium, and I lined the walls on 3 sides with tin foil, aluminum foil, to help reflect the light back inside, just to make sure the Heliamphora is getting the most light that it can. I was really worried about care, because I've read how difficult these Heliamphora can be to grow, but I haven't really had too many problems. This trap here does have a little bit of browning happening. I think it got a little bit dry, but other than that, the plant has been growing phenomenally and at a rapid pace. I mean, I got this plant earlier this year, and it was just 1 trap and 1 other tiny little one, and since then this thing has just taken off, and now it's in flower. So they do like to be kept cool. Sometimes in the terrarium it does get up to about 80 degrees, but it always drops in the night, down into about 70 where it is right now. This is in the evening, but just you want to not let them get too hot. They do prefer cool, but they like a lot of light. And I've just got them growing under a compact fluorescent bulb, compact fluorescent, and it seems to be doing the job. I'm really pleased with how well this has been growing, since it is my first Heliamphora. I've always wanted one, and I finally jumped on it and got one, and it's been doing amazingly. I have a Australian pitcher plant, Cephalotus, that I've been growing under another light on the other side of the room. It is not in a terrarium, and it's been doing amazing as well. I've had that one for a few years now, and they say if you can grow a Cephalotus, they're about the 2nd most difficult carnivorous plant to grow, that you're ready for a Heliamphora, and I'm glad I took up the challenge. It's a really cool plant, and I can't wait to see what happens with the flower stalk here. It's going to be really neat to see. But yeah, I just thought I would share that. This is my first Heliamphora, and it seems to be doing pretty good. Temperatures are doing all right, and how I water it is actually I have a spray bottle right here, and I just kind of mist it like this. Spray that down inside the terrarium. Sometimes if I don't do it for a while, the bowl down there will start to dry out, and I always have a little bit of water that it's sitting in, but you can see we've got that pretty well misted in there. That'll help keep the humidity high in the enclosure. You can already see the humidity's risen beyond 70% now. Yeah, that's basically all I do. I mist it a few times every day that I can, and it's thriving. I've gone on trips and I've actually set the light on a timer for the days that I'm gone. I usually only have the light come on for about 4 or 5 hours, and I make it do that in the middle of the night for the days that I'm gone. That way it doesn't get too hot, you know, and evaporate all the humidity and moisture out. And I make sure the bowl's full, and I've lined the bottom of this with sphagnum moss, or long fiber sphagnum moss, which has been in there for quite a few months now. I'll probably replace it a few months down the road, maybe every year or so. Just, you know, get some nice new sphagnum in there and maybe redo the tinfoil. But yeah, that's everything I do for this Heliamphora, and it's really fun to watch. It's really cool that it's in flower. I'm going to see how that turns out, and it's just a fun plant to grow if you're into carnivorous plants. And there's a little bug in there. If you're into carnivorous plants and you haven't really you know, messed with the Heliamphora before, I would recommend giving it a try. It's a really cool plant and just unique and fun to grow. So anyways, thanks for watching, and you know, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I plan on, you know, putting out content pretty regularly, mainly about what you can grow outdoors in the climate here. This is North Georgia, but I do like to dabble with some other plants inside as well and have some fun. Anyways, thanks for watching.